So we're going to get some insights, hopefully, on to learn how you can drive customer reviews to get more recognition. Obviously, this is going to help drive conversions, and obviously, with increases to conversions and more leads coming through your website, this is going to hopefully grow your business. So, just an introduction to myself. My name is Dexter Stevens, and I'm the founder of Grow for Trades, and we help home improvement companies get the leads they need by our lead control framework. And one of the parts of our lead control framework is to do with not only generating leads for your business, but we also focus on conversions. And we do this through, looking at the site or the wherever the traffic's been driven through Google or Facebook. And then what we can then do is analyze, how much conversions you're getting, conversion rates. And one of the aspects of obviously increasing conversions, which is a little case study today, is how reviews can support that. So just to keep in mind, whilst we're waiting for others to come in here today in the webinar, turn off your cameras and microphone, or you can leave your cameras on. But obviously, make sure the microphones are off. Feel free to type any questions in the chat box if you have any, and we will answer those at the end of the webinar. So what we're going to be discussing today is our learning checklist, and this is what we're going to cover. So there's 5 aspects: the impact of reviews on home improvement marketing. There's also leveraging reviews for lead generation, best practices for acquiring and managing reviews, and then there's also maximizing review content in your marketing strategy. And then obviously the last one there you can see is the future of reviews in home improvement marketing. So firstly, we're going to kick off with the impact of reviews on home improvement marketing, with a focus on why reviews matter for your business. So obviously, I think everyone in the webinar today, whenever you're buying a product, whether or not it is a home improvement service or any form of product online, you are always looking for reviews. And I think obviously anyone would agree that if you're looking at a product, or for example, if you're typing in plumbers near me and you look at the Google Map section, essentially because that's where reviews are collected, you are going to always look at the one or the company with 100+ reviews rather than looking at one with one. So the reason why reviews matter really for your home improvement business is that they're building trust and credibility with potential clients. It can also have improvements actually to your local SEO and online visibility. Again, that's focusing on the Google My Business section. It is said to be a ranking factor, the more reviews you're adding. And we're going to also give you some secret strategies on how to also increase your online visibility on the Google My Business page later on in the webinar. But also what we're looking at here is providing social proof of the quality of work that you're delivering. I think obviously anyone who has improvements to their home, that it's, they're looking for someone that they can trust. And obviously from that, reviews are giving that trust because it shows that there's proof of quality of work. And I think obviously, for someone to take the time out of their day to go and leave someone a review, I think obviously, again, it adds to that substance of the trust and credibility factor. And again, like we've said, it will influence purchasing buyers. So if someone lands on your website or sees your Google My Business page, or even if you're on Trustpilot collecting reviews, then you are going to see increases to lead volume. And you can see here actually from a key stat that 93% of consumers say online reviews impact their purchasing decisions for home services. So just with this consumer research, we can make sure, well, it's proven that these reviews are essential to your business if you're looking to grow it and generate more business. So how can we leverage reviews for lead generation? And it's all about, I guess, turning positive feedback into new clients. So you can use review snippets in Google Ads and social media campaigns. We actually try to place all those review widgets on any of the websites that we're doing, and make sure that those reviews are visible as soon as they land on the site. It also can create a schema markup, which is coding in the site. So what that does is it sort of generates your reviews when people are doing organic search. Again, that helps with CTR on the search engine. and that will again drive more traffic, which again also can create more leads. The reviews also a great form of case study. It's really good for content marketing. And again, if you're doing social media posting or you have a web page dedicated to these case studies, then it's going to make sure, again, it's building trust. Um, and obviously showcasing your top reviews on your homepage and service pages is essential. Again, like I said, you can get free widgets that actually do this for you. It just is a matter of implementing the coding. And this can give you actually real-time feedback. So whenever someone adds a review onto Google My Business, then what that's going to do is it's going to feed directly through that, so you don't actually do anything. Just a one-time install. Really fantastic to have those reviews on the site and get them without having to pay anyone to do so, only from obviously the initial investment. So obviously encouraging client-specific services. So this is the germ I was talking about. So when you actually are getting reviews to improve your keyword relevance. So what we can say here is that if someone's writing a review, you can actually ask them to add in the keywords of the services that you provided. So, for example, if someone was saying, you just did a boiler install, you could say, Plumcall Plumbing and Heating just installed my boiler over in Yaxley or Peterborough, which is a local area. Again, that's going to help tell Google what area you're in, what you're covering, what services you're providing, and that's going to support some local SEO rankings for that. Moving on to the third part is best practices for acquiring and managing reviews. So how do you get more high quality reviews for your home improvement business? And this is, I guess, strategically, it comes with time. There's a lot of sort of different ways you can get it. But usually, what works for a home improvement business is directly after the project is finished. And there's some really good softwares that you can get, or actually not software, technology, where you can actually get QR codes. The engineers who are visiting these properties can actually get a review there and then. And obviously you can give your engineers incentives to collect those reviews. So it's sort of a win-win scenario for both of everyone. And again, that's making the review process as simple as possible with direct links. You can have that on your emails, your invoicing system. And again, yeah, this all fits in really. So training your team to ask for reviews in person. What I just said, there is software, I think Google actually has one itself that it sells. It creates a QR code and it's obviously installed on phones or iPads that can automate it. And also what I'd say is offering some form of incentive to the customers to give a review as well. That also helps, maybe a little bit of a discount or a coffee or anything like that that's going to incentivize them to do the review, because it does certainly help with your other leads. And that little bit extra that you might give to them, or that incentive, could lead into more work or business. So it is a good investment for that. Also responding to reviews. So it's always advised to respond to positive and negative reviews. Again, going back to Google, if you're replying to reviews, it's going to show signals that you're actually active on Google My Business, so you're a real business. And again, you can also use the same strategy that we was discussing about the SEO side of things. So what you could do there is you could put in some keywords that you're trying to rank for in responses to those positive reviews. And it's also, again, as much as negative reviews are not great for the business, it's always good to respond to show that you actually have a customer service. You're also, you have the guilt of when someone gives it a negative review that you want to improve the service and acknowledge why someone has left that negative review, and obviously have that sort of aspect, because people will be visiting those and see your approach to when those are left. And again, addressing concerns professionally and offer solutions, that's also, again, very important. And again, it's all about building trust, because even though you might get a negative review, if you've taken action and responded to it, it's going to certainly help build that trust back up, to show that you actually care for the customer, and also highlight your commitment to customer satisfaction. So there's some of the strategy that you could be using today to implement to get more reviews. And we would, if anyone's interested in that technology, feel free to reach out to us at the end and we will give you the link to that. Maximizing review content in your marketing strategy. So yeah, I think obviously we just spoke about that, but briefly, but reviews are always can be produced across marketing channels. So your website, your social media, email marketing, video marketing. So just going on for the website, obviously everyone who's landing on the website, you really want to either have a testimonial page and also a widget on there, so anyone can view them. I think Trustpilot do their own. It's a bit expensive, but like I said, Google's a free one. And there's lots of plugins on most popular CMS systems like WordPress that will actually do that as well. It's just a matter of coding. Social media, sharing review quotes across project photos. That's also a very good one. It gives proof of your work. And obviously, the more reviews you're collecting, the more content that you can produce across your channels. Email marketing, what you could be doing from this aspect, which is not on this actual slide, is that when you're sending out quotes, when you're sending out other type of mainly quotes, you could be sharing those reviews with customers, because again, they're going to see those customer testimonials and it's going to influence their buying decision. Also video marketing. So if the customer is actually willing to do that, they could also get video marketing. You get video customer testimonials as well to produce across YouTube. Obviously, everyone is also aware of the platforms like TikTok, and any form of reels on IG. So what you can be doing is using those customer testimonials and reproducing them across those video channels, because they are sort of more popular than the stock photos or just an image of a review. And a case study here, so Plumcall increased leads by 150% using strategic review marketing. So it is very important for your business in doing so. And it's proven to do so, as you can see there. Moving on to the future of reviews in home improvement marketing. So it's always good to stay ahead of the curve. There's actually AI-powered review summaries for quick consumer insights. So you can actually generate review feedback or responses, whether it's positive or negative, using AI. So there's really no excuses to not do that. There's also video and interactive reviews for enhanced engagement. So obviously you could, again, there's AI stuff that you could be doing, implementing from that perspective. And also the other ones here, you can see integration with AR and VR for immersive product showcases. Again, it's depending what sort of home improvement business you are. And then obviously blockchain verified reviews for ultimate authenticity. So that's sort of more so looking into authenticating those reviews. But again, if you really want to stay ahead of the curve, it's implementing pretty much everything that we've suggested today. And whilst it might take a little bit of time and investment, that investment that you're making today is going to benefit your future, because the more reviews you do get, then the more likely you are going to see increases. And just to let you know about an industry trend, so the rise of voice search, everyone's sort of on iPhone, everyone has access to Siri. So making those local reviews on those searches, again, what the voice search is going to do is going to pick up the most recognized companies in Google, and obviously the more reviews you get, the more likely it's going to put you forward. Also, if you're unsure about whether or not you're on one of those voice search directories, because you can get listed on them, for a small investment, you could go to a platform like Moz Local, where you can list your business and it puts you across all the business directories. And also one of the ones that it lists you across is the voice search. Again, that supports your Google My Business or local SEO rankings, because it is suggested as a local SEO ranking factor. So that's coming to the end of the presentation. I hope you've had some good insights into the review process and how important it is for your home improvement business. If anyone has any Q&As, feel free to reach out. Thanks. If we first look at number one mistake, and that's targeting the wrong areas. So